What is going on, guys? Welcome back to EV Guide. Imagine this. You just spent $60,000 on a brand new, state-of-the-art 2026 electric vehicle. The manufacturer promised you 350 miles of range and lightning fast charging. You've packed the family, you've got your playlists ready, and you're heading out on a 1,000-mile road trip. But here is the catch. By the time you hit mile 200, that 350-mile range has turned into 80. Your lightning fast charger is currently occupied by a delivery van that isn't even charging, and you're about to realize that the math they sold you in the dealership was a lie. Today we're cutting through the hype. We're going on a 1,000-mile EV road trip in 2026 to show you exactly what is still broken, what actually works, and why, for many of you, this experience might still be a total disaster. Let's get into it. Now let's talk about planning. In 2026, we have smart route planning. The car tells you exactly where to stop. It sounds stupidly simple, right? But here's the reality. Most of these apps don't account for real-world physics. If you're driving 80 miles per hour on the interstate, which, let's be honest, is what everyone does, you aren't getting 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. You're getting 2.2. Suddenly, your optimized trip has a 40-mile gap where there are 0 fast chargers. If you're finding this data helpful, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I don't take money from manufacturers, so I can give you the truth without the sugarcoating. I've seen it 100 times. The app says you'll arrive with 15% battery, but the headwind and the elevation change say you're arriving at -4%. This is where the stress starts, and we haven't even plugged in yet. We have to talk about the NACS transition. Yes, almost everyone has the Tesla plug now, but that hasn't magically fixed the infrastructure. If you're in a Tesla, life is still relatively easy. But if you're driving anything else, a Ford, a Rivian, a Hyundai, you're still dealing with app fatigue. You need 6 different apps just to pay for electricity. Imagine if you needed a specific app just to buy regular unleaded at a Shell station. People would riot. And then there's the reliability. Our research shows that 1 in 5 public fast chargers are either broken or throttled to speed slower than your home wall box. You pull up expecting 250 kilowatts, and the car tells you it's going to take 2 hours to get to 80%. That is a brutal truth that the sales reps never mention. Here is a piece of stupidly simple math for you. Air resistance increases with the square of your speed. In a gas car, if you go 80 instead of 70, you lose a little bit of fuel economy, but you just spend 3 extra minutes at the pump. In an EV, that 10-ampere difference can be the difference between making it to the next charger or calling a flatbed tow truck. And if it's winter, forget it. If the temperature drops below 40 degrees, your battery chemistry literally slows down. Your range drops by 30% before you even leave the driveway. On this trip, we saw cars advertised with 300 miles of range, struggling to hit 190. If you're doing a cross-country trip in December, you are spending more time charging than you are driving. That is the unfiltered reality. Manufacturers love to claim you'll save money on gas, and that's true if you charge at home. But on a road trip, public fast charging in 2026 is expensive. We're seeing rates as high as 56 cents per kilowatt hour. At that price, you are actually paying more per mile than someone driving a Toyota RAV4 hybrid. You're paying a premium to wait in a Walmart parking lot for 45 minutes. Think about that. You paid more for the car, you're paying more for the fuel on the road, and you're losing hours of your life. Does that sound like a smart decision to you? If you are a tech-first person who enjoys the challenge of optimization, no. It can be a fun way to travel. But if you are a family with 3 kids and a dog, trying to get to grandma's house before dinner, the current state of the infrastructure is still a massive headache. The marketing promise of the 2026 EV doesn't match the infrastructure reality. We have the cars, but we don't have the support system. Until charging is as ubiquitous and reliable as a gas station, the long-distance EV trip remains a compromise. Are you driving an EV right now? Or are you holding onto your gas car for dear life? Have you had a charger nightmare on a road trip? Drop a comment down below and let me know. I read every single one. If you found this breakdown helpful, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dive into the brutal truth of the auto industry. I'll see you in the next one.